For one case, we're going to put every single text message, every single document, everything on a website for everyone in the public to read, come to their own conclusions, and they can determine whether or not there was sexual harassment here, there was a smear campaign, or there was retaliation, because we have proof and receipts that absolutely and unequivocally show.
Justin Baldoni has released even more footage, and it's casting serious doubt on Blake's version of events. He's standing firm with documented evidence, and many believe this could mark a breaking point for her. The situation really escalated after he shared that unsettling behind-the-scenes basement clip from the It Ends With Us premiere. Instead of controlling the narrative, Blake's reaction is creating new problems. With mounting PR backlash and potential legal complications, she appears to be in a difficult position.
You can let it if you
Recently, I covered the string of PR setbacks Blake has faced since the controversy began. It's unfortunate she didn't take note, because both her publicity team and now her legal advisors appear to be weakening her position. Rather than pausing to reassess, Blake and her team are pushing forward in a way that's escalating the situation. The disconnect is hard to ignore, and at the moment, her public image is taking a serious hit. Audiences are now watching closely as the narrative continues to unravel. Here's the core issue. Blake has a long-running pattern of framing herself as the victim whenever circumstances turn against her, but that approach isn't resonating anymore. Many see the dispute with Justin as an attempt to gain support and attention. Only this time, the backlash is stronger than expected. Justin has made it clear he's not stepping aside. He's presenting evidence, and each new release is further damaging her credibility. His attorney, Brian Friedman, previously stated that they would continue releasing material that counters every one of Blake's allegations, and that's exactly what has happened. Their approach has been strategic from the start, beginning with smaller pieces of proof, then gradually moving to more impactful photos, audio clips, and now full video segments. Based on the progression, it appears likely that the next release could have even greater impact at okaying at the sequence of events. It started with a voice note where Justin described being confined in the basement during the premiere. Then came a corresponding photo confirming it. Now, there's video that directly challenges Blake's accusation of inappropriate conduct on set. The complication arises from her lawsuit, where she submitted footage that was muted under the claim it was tied to a scene involving background music. As a result, the court initially had only her interpretation of the exchange. What she didn't factor in is that Baldoni retained the original, unedited version. In that recording, the audio captures not only their interaction but the entire room's conversation. And if his behavior is being labeled out of bounds, the same could be said for hers. Both were speaking casually, going off script, and collaborating on delivery. To observers, it appeared to be two actors working through a scene under the direction of Baldoni himself. Now let's focus on the exact moment Blake highlighted in her lawsuit. In the video, Justin leans in and comments, "I'm probably getting beard on you today." Blake laughs and responds, "I'm probably getting spray tan on you." He follows up with, "It smells so good," and she quickly adds, "That's just my body makeup." It's a brief exchange, but the full context is visible in the footage.
I'm probably getting spray tan. Well, it's not that. It's my body makeup.
Now let's break down what's being called Blake's major basement moment. In the footage, the interaction comes across as light and performative, with both of them leaning into a scripted, early relationship tone rather than anything confrontational. At one point, Justin casually mentions his wife, and Blake responds in stride, keeping the exchange playful. The energy in the room doesn't resemble the tone of the allegations she later raised. This isn't the first time her claims have been challenged by documented evidence. She previously alleged that Justin entered her trailer while she was breastfeeding, yet his legal team produced text messages from Blake herself inviting him over in writing, "I'm breastfeeding, you can come by." Another claim involved a producer supposedly showing her explicit content, but that image was reportedly an artistic photo of a business partner with their newborn during a conversation about home births. Despite that, the situation was presented publicly in a much darker light. Shortly after Justin began releasing evidence, Blake filed her lawsuit through the Human Rights Office in the Southern District of New York, asking the court to restrict his ability to speak publicly about the case. She accused him of litigating through the media, even though she previously spoke to the New York Times with her own account of events. Her legal team is now pursuing a gag order, despite her earlier public commentary following the fallout from the It Ends With Us premiere. The question being raised by observers is straightforward. If her version is accurate, why limit the release of full context? Justin continues to release unedited material, and that appears to be the concern. Another point she included in her complaint is the claim that when she objected to his behavior, he allegedly responded, "I'm not even attracted to you." Critics argue that a statement like that sounds less like harassment and more like an attempt to shut down a narrative. With each new disclosure, her version of events is facing increased scrutiny, and the public is beginning to reassess the situation in real time.
Back to when she flipped the narrative on me and acted as if I did all these offensive things, when I want to reiterate, I didn't speak to this girl. I did not speak to her. So this girl has a pattern of flipping the narrative, playing the victim, and then leveraging her status to actually bully and mistreat other people. So I've never heard of Justin Baldoni. I'm someone who, again, worked with Hollywood directors. Never heard of this guy. This might have been his big break. And what I saw is her harassing him. Because, again, usually it's the director that's the bigger dog on set. So, yeah, they can harass their talent if they're, like, the much bigger name. But when you're the bigger name, you can have them kicked off.
Let's examine the other elements of Blake Lively's complaint in light of the available footage and surrounding context. One of her central points is that she felt uncomfortable around Justin Baldoni on set, yet the videos frequently show her laughing, trading quips, and even making light comments about his nose. On camera, they appear coordinated, improvising to refine delivery and shape the scene, rather than interacting from a place of fear or distress. Moments that read as intimate seem tied to the scripted flow designed to make the relationship appear natural for viewers. She also flags certain exchanges as inappropriate, but the record suggests another interpretation. Take the lift sequence. Sources say the conversation about weight centered on safety and injury prevention, not humiliation. The body shaming claim is likewise contested. By other accounts, she requested schedule adjustments to prepare for the scene, while similar latitude was not extended in return. Behind-the-scenes banter and light joking throughout the shoot undercut a narrative of persistent discomfort, at least in the portions of footage that have been released. Commentators reviewing the material, including legal analysts, have noted that the interactions look professional, scripted, and largely consistent with standard actor-director collaboration. As more context is added, the picture becomes less aligned with the most severe readings of her allegations. The closer the footage is scrutinized, the more her version appears to lose traction with observers who are tracking the timeline and the tone of what's on tape.
You guys frame up on Sebastian on you?
Yeah.
We'll just do like our lips are right next to each other.
Yeah, gotcha.
But I think you should start talking.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Still rolling.
Don't give it to them. They want it. Don't give it to
They
them.
score.
Just
Right.
keep restraint.
Yeah.
Score.
Just do a little bit of restraint.
Right, come on back.
The footage makes it clear that Justin is fully engaged in both his acting and directing responsibilities, even pausing the scene once he felt they had enough usable takes. Given how decisively this undercuts her claims, Blake may need to reconsider her approach moving forward, because so far, the released material is not reinforcing her side of a story.
All right, cut.
We got plenty.
Yes.
Slow motion. It's going to be a 17-minute reel.
On top of that, viewers are now questioning Blake's remarks about appearing uncomfortable because the footage tells a different story. She seems relaxed, joking around, and even making a playful comment about Justin's nose that gets them both laughing. Just a few moments later, he wraps the take himself, noting they'd already captured enough material for the slow-motion sequence they were aiming for.
Noses.
And my nose is so big.
I was hoping that we could address this. It's not too late. Just gotta shut down. We gotta call an insurance month and just deal with that.
Yeah.
And then,
God.
Blake's so-called turning point is unraveling fast, and the leaked footage is at the center of it. Let's break down what people are actually seeing. Justin is fully engaged in his dual role as director and actor, pacing the scene, calling for breaks when needed, and keeping everyone on track. Meanwhile, Blake doesn't come across as uneasy at all. She's laughing, interacting comfortably, and even teasing him about his nose. The tone between them is relaxed and collaborative. Just before Justin ends the take, he remarks that they've already captured enough material for the slow-motion sequence, which only reinforces how focused he was on production. Now, here's where the claims start to fall apart. In her lawsuit, Blake alleges that Justin body-shamed her by speaking to a trainer about her weight before a lift scene. But according to those familiar with the situation, Justin raised the question because of previous back issues. He needed to make sure he could lift her safely and avoid injury. The irony hasn't gone unnoticed. She could joke about his nose on camera without hesitation, but she framed his safety concern as something malicious. People online are calling that double standard out in real time. And speaking of noses, social media did what it always does, dug deeper. For years, fans have speculated about Blake getting cosmetic tweaks, including a possible rhinoplasty, though she's never confirmed it. Once the footage went viral, debates reignited instantly. That's when Blake's legal team stepped in with a statement many are calling tone-deaf. Instead of acknowledging how the video undercuts her claims, they insisted it backs her up. They argue the footage proves every allegation, saying Justin brushed against her neck, kissed her forehead, touched her lip, and improvised without consent or an intimacy coordinator. In their words, the clip is damning. But the public response is telling a different story. Viewers point out that Blake was laughing, touching his neck, moving in sync with him, and improvising right along with the scene. Legal analysts and industry professionals who review the footage say it looks like standard on-set improvisation meant to make a moment feel natural. The forehead kiss aligns with the tone of a script and source material Blake allegedly hadn't even read in full at the time. That disconnect hasn't helped her argument. Meanwhile, social media is running with it. Commenters are asking how she can frame something as body shaming when she was the one making jokes on camera. Others are calling the lawsuit a Hollywood spectacle that spiraled beyond control. Some are even predicting that Justin could end up with a 9-figure settlement while Blake faces serious fallout in her personal life. It's brutal commentary, but the internet rarely holds back, especially when receipts are involved. Justin's camp, for their part, isn't retreating. They've made it clear that more footage is scheduled for release, and so far, every drop has dismantled another piece of her narrative. The strategy has been deliberate: initial screenshots, then photos, and now full video clips. If the next release follows that pattern, the impact could be even more significant. And just when it seemed the situation couldn't get more layered, Blake's past has resurfaced. Old clips of her throwing shade at Anna Kendrick are circulating again, sparking talk of long-running tensions. Rumors are also swirling about conflicts with director Leon Mayer and alleged mistreatment of interns and colleagues. What began as a dispute with Justin Baldoni is now being tied to a broader pattern of behavior people say they've ignored for years to this point. Lawsuits are flying, reputations are on trial, and this controversy has blown far beyond a single event or premiere moment. Blake wants the public to believe these videos back up her claims, but audiences aren't seeing it that way. The storyline has shifted into a fight over credibility, power, and public perception. And like always, the internet isn't missing a beat.
I've met Blake a few times through Ryan on that film, and thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Let's start with Anna Kendrick. You'd think that after co-starring in A Simple Favor, she and Blake would be close friends, but insiders say the opposite. Reports claim the tension between them didn't start on set, but years earlier, and it may trace back to Taylor Swift. In a 2016 interview, Anna joked that she could never be like Taylor, describing her as the perfect Miss America type, while saying she related more to a sarcastic, cynical persona. To most people, it sounded harmless, but according to those close to the situation, Blake didn't take it as a joke. That moment is rumored to be the starting point of the long-running friction between the two.
Be a Disney princess ever.
Oh, Muffin, it's so
Fast forward to when they started filming, and things reportedly got uncomfortable. During press tours, promo shoots, and even casual behind-the-scenes interactions, the energy felt noticeably tense.
cool. There's a couple people that I have muted.
Good.
Yeah.
I think I'm just brunette because the book's not.
Everyone knows blondes are nicer anyway.
Reports from the set claim Anna Kendrick found Blake lively difficult to work with, while Blake allegedly accused Anna of trying to steal the spotlight and upstage her during joint appearances. Neither actress ever publicly acknowledged the tension, but their co-star Henry Golding tried to brush it off, insisting everything was fine. Still, fans who watched their press interviews picked up on the passive-aggressive energy instantly. The discomfort wasn't subtle, it practically radiated through the screen. When plans for A Simple Favor 2 moved forward, the studio and director Paul Feig were adamant about bringing both women back. Even though Anna reportedly had reservations about reuniting, contracts and budgets pushed production ahead. But things derailed fast. Old friction resurfaced almost immediately, and tensions got so intense that crew members allegedly had to separate Blake and Anna on set to prevent arguments. Imagine trying to shoot a sequel when your two leads can barely share the same room. Fans were expecting the same chemistry from the first film, but behind-the-scenes drama seems to have overshadowed everything. Amazon, which invested heavily in the project, is rumored to be extremely frustrated. Despite early test screenings receiving positive reactions, the studio is now considering shelving the film indefinitely. And this isn't the only hit to Blake's standing. Industry chatter suggests she was quietly left out of this year's Golden Globes conversations, fueling talk that her influence in Hollywood is slipping dead. At the same time, her legal battle with Justin Baldoni has magnified the scrutiny. He's reportedly seeking $400 million in damages, and the lawsuit has dominated headlines. Between mounting legal trouble, resurfacing industry feuds, and a divided public, Blake is burning through professional goodwill quickly. What comes next is anyone's guess. Can she stage a comeback, or is this the start of a much steeper career decline? With projects paused, lawsuits escalating, and fans choosing sides, the pressure is reaching a breaking point. One thing is certain, this controversy isn't slowing down, and the next few months will decide whether Blake rebuilds her image or continues to fall in the eyes of Hollywood and the public.